My best friend's husband left a package on my doorstep with a note. You deserve the truth. Inside were screenshots, call logs, and one final image, my husband, holding hands with my best friend while they kissed. I never thought I'd be sharing this, but here goes. I've been married to Mark for 10 years. We live in Chicago, in a neighborhood where everyone knows each other. My best friend, Lisa, and her husband, Tom, are part of our close-knit circle. Lisa and I have been friends since college. We share everything, or so I thought. Mark and Tom became friends through us. They often went to Cubs games together, bonding over their love for baseball. Lisa and I had our Sunday brunch tradition at a cafe in Lincoln Park. Life seemed perfect. One Saturday morning, I was home alone. Mark had left early for a workout. The doorbell rang. I opened the door to find a package on the doorstep. No delivery person, just the package with a note attached. You deserve the truth. The handwriting looked like Tom's. Confused, I brought the package inside and opened it. Inside were printed screenshots of text messages and emails, call logs, and a USB drive. The messages were between Mark and Lisa. They were intimate, discussing their feelings and secret meetings. The call logs showed frequent late-night calls. The USB drive contained photos. One photo showed Mark and Lisa holding hands and kissing at a restaurant. I felt like the ground had been pulled from under me. I couldn't believe it. Mark and Lisa, the two people I trusted most, were having an affair. I needed to talk to someone. I decided to confront Tom. I drove to their house and knocked on the door. Tom answered, looking tired and sad. He let me in without a word. We sat in the living room. I placed the package on the coffee table. I got this morning, I said. Was it from you? Tom nodded. I found out a week ago, he said. I couldn't keep it from you. You needed to know. How did you find out? I asked. Lisa left her laptop open, he said. I saw the messages. At first, I thought I was imagining things, but it was all there. We sat in silence. The betrayal was overwhelming. What do we do now? I asked. We need to confront them, Tom said. We decided to meet them together. That evening, we asked Mark and Lisa to meet us at a restaurant we often went to as couples. They arrived separately, both looking confused. Once seated, I placed the package on the table. We know, I said. Mark looked shocked. Lisa started to cry. No what? Mark asked. About the affair, Tom said. We have proof. Lisa reached for my hand. I'm so sorry, she said. I pulled my hand away. How could you? Mark looked down. It just happened, he said. That's not good enough, I said. We trusted you. The conversation was painful. There were apologies and tears, but no real explanations. After that dinner, everything felt heavy. The silence in my house became a second betrayal. Mark tried to talk to me. He'd start with, "Can we talk?" or "I made a mistake." But I couldn't look at him without seeing that picture, his hand holding hers, lips locked like they didn't belong to anyone else but each other. Every word from him felt fake. Everything we built now felt like a lie. I didn't move out. Not yet. I couldn't. I was numb. I stayed in the guest room, locked the door at night, and barely ate. Lisa tried to call. I let it ring. She sent long texts. I didn't read them. She emailed me, too. I archived every message. Tom and I kept talking. Not in any romantic way, more like two people standing on the edge of the same cliff. We met for coffee in hidden corners of the city. No one else knew. We needed that space where no one asked questions. Then one night, Tom called me at 11 p.m. I need to show you something, he said. His voice was sharp, tense. He came over 20 minutes later. I let him in and we sat in the kitchen like old friends, except now we were bonded by hurt. I think they're still seeing each other, he said. I set up a GPS tracker on Lisa's car. I know it sounds crazy, but I had to know. I didn't speak, just waited. She's been going to this apartment in West Loop. Regularly. Same days. Same times. I checked the building's registry. It's under a fake name, but the phone number matched one I saw in their texts. I think it's Mark's. My stomach turned. They're still meeting? I think so. I didn't want to believe it. After everything, they were still sneaking around? The next day, I followed Mark. I told him I was meeting a friend for lunch. Instead, I watched him from a distance as he left work early and drove straight to that same building Tom mentioned. I waited in my car. 15 minutes later, Lisa arrived. She looked different, hair done, makeup fresh, in a dress I'd never seen before. She buzzed in without hesitation. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. My world shattered a second time. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I drove home and sat in the dark for hours. Mark came back that evening, kissed me on the cheek like nothing had happened. Like we were fine. Like he wasn't just with her. That night, I packed a bag and left. I didn't say a word. Just left a note. I know. But that's not even the twist. The next morning, Tom called again. There's something else, he said. You need to hear this. He picked me up and we drove in silence. He handed me his phone. On it was a voicemail he got that morning. A woman's voice. Calm. Cold. You don't know the full story. Ask Mark about Olivia. Ask Lisa who's really behind the West Loop apartment. Who's Olivia? I asked. Tom shook his head. I have no idea. He looked scared. We did some digging. Olivia was a name we'd never heard. She wasn't in either of their contacts. We searched social media. Nothing. No mutual friends. No pictures. No tags. No mentions. Until we found a forgotten email. An old thread where Lisa once forwarded a hotel reservation to Mark. The confirmation came from olivia.blake89@gmail.com. It wasn't a hotel. It was a private rental under a fake name. Now the question wasn't just why they cheated. It was who else was involved and what else they were hiding. And if Olivia had been in on it all along, or was about to burn the whole thing down. I didn't know what to believe anymore. The next few days were a blur of digging, watching, and second-guessing everything I ever thought was true. Tom and I kept trying to trace this Olivia. We checked the Airbnb listing from the forwarded email. It had been removed, but I took screenshots before it disappeared. Something about it felt off. It wasn't just a random place. The photos were too carefully staged. It looked more like a setup than a rental. One photo had a reflection in the mirror, a woman's arm holding a phone, but her face was cut out. We started to wonder if Olivia wasn't some third wheel, but the one running the whole show. That same week, I got a message from an unknown number. You're getting closer. But you're asking the wrong questions. No name. No profile picture. I froze. My first thought was that Lisa or Mark were trying to scare me off. But the tone was different. It felt colder. Less personal. I showed Tom. He stared at the message for a long time, then said, "We need to talk to Lisa." Alone. Without Mark. We found her outside her office. Tom pretended to need help with something urgent, and she followed him without question. I waited in the car. When he brought her to me, her face dropped. "You set me up?" she asked him. Then to me, "I already said I was sorry. What more do you want?" I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just asked, "Who is Olivia?" She froze. For the first time since everything blew up, she looked genuinely afraid. "She's no one," Lisa said too quickly. "She's not no one," Tom snapped. We got a message. We know the email. We know about the apartment. Lisa looked like she was about to faint. She sat down on the curb, head in her hands. "She's my sister." That hit hard. I'd known Lisa for 15 years. She never once mentioned having a sister. "She's not in my life," she continued. She changed her name. Went off the grid. But when Mark and I started, she found out. She said she wanted to help us be together. She had money. Connections. She got the apartment, handled everything. Why? I asked. Why would she help you cheat? Lisa wouldn't meet my eyes. She hates Tom, she said finally. And she hates you. Me? I don't even know her, I said. Lisa nodded. She thinks you ruined my life. That you held me back. That I wasted years being your shadow. The words knocked the breath out of me. After all this, it wasn't just about Mark. It wasn't just about betrayal. It was personal. She wants to ruin both of you, Lisa whispered. She's not just helping me cheat. She's using me to destroy you. That night, I moved in with my cousin temporarily. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the message, "You're getting closer." But you're asking the wrong questions. What was the right question? The next day, Tom got another email. This time, it had an attachment. A photo of him outside his job from across the street. The subject line just said, "TikTok." He called me shaking. "I think she's following us." We went to the police. Filed a report. But there wasn't much they could do with a few emails and photos. No direct threat. No known address. But we kept going. Tom remembered something, an old family story Lisa told years ago about being put in foster care briefly, something about a sister who got adopted by another family. He thought it was a lie. But now it felt very real. I went to a private investigator. Gave them everything we had. Told them to find Olivia Blake or whoever she really was. 2 days later, I got a call. "We found her," the investigator said. "But you're not going to like this." He sent me an address. Not in Chicago, Milwaukee. I drove there the next day. Alone. The house was modest, quiet, normal looking. I knocked. A woman answered. Older than me. Brown hair, pale skin, sharp eyes. "Are you Olivia Blake?" She smiled slowly. "No," she said. "But I've been expecting you." And that's where everything changed again. She didn't look like a stranger. That's what unsettled me most. Her face felt familiar, like someone I'd passed by on the street or stood behind in a grocery store. She held the door open like we were meeting for coffee, not unraveling the ugliest parts of my life. Inside, everything was neat. Perfect even. Every frame on the wall lined up. Every pillow fluffed. Too careful. Too staged. I sat on the edge of a stiff couch while she poured tea I didn't ask for. "You came looking for Olivia Blake," she said, setting the cup down in front of me. "But that's not really who I am." I didn't answer. I waited. My real name is Rachel. That name hit harder than expected. Rachel was Lisa's middle name. I remembered now, from one of those late-night wine talks back in college. She said she hated it because it reminded her of someone. She never explained who. "I'm Lisa's sister," she continued. Half-sister technically. Same mom. Different dads. I was the mistake that ruined everything. She wasn't crying, but her voice shook. I didn't interrupt. She got the better life. The stable one. The parents who stayed. I got bounced around. Foster care, group homes, institutions. I learned early that people lie. They cheat. They smile while they destroy you. Her eyes met mine. So I stopped trusting people. I started planning instead. "You used her," I said. She smiled. "No. I gave her what she wanted. You're the one who never saw her for who she really was. You propped her up, but she always hated living in your shadow." "That's not true." "She's been in love with Mark for years," she cut in. "They kissed once. Before your wedding. She never told you that, did she?" I stared at her. My stomach dropped. "I helped her because it was fun at first. Watching your perfect life crack. But then I saw something else. I saw him fall in love with me too." I blinked. "What?" Her smile widened. "You didn't know that part, did you? He didn't just cheat on you with Lisa." I felt cold. "You're lying." "I'm not," she said calmly. "He came to me first. A year ago. Said he didn't know who to talk to. Said Lisa confused him. Said you were cold. Said he was lost. He kissed me that night. Said it was a mistake. But it kept happening." "No, I didn't want to ruin your life," she added. "I wanted to make you see it for what it was. Fake. Shiny on the outside. Rotten underneath." I stood up. My legs were shaking. "I have proof," she said, almost bored now. "Text messages. Photos. Voice memos. He wasn't just cheating. He was spiraling." I left without another word. Drove the entire way home screaming inside my head. The betrayal twisted again, this time not just my husband and my best friend, but the stranger behind the curtain pulling every string. The next morning, I did the unthinkable. I invited them all to one place: Mark, Lisa, Tom, and Rachel. A small restaurant in River North. Private room. No distractions. Just truth. They all came. Lisa looked nervous. Mark looked confused. Rachel looked amused. Tom was just quiet. I didn't waste time. She told me everything, I said, looking at Mark. About Lisa. About her. About you. He froze. Lisa's mouth dropped open. Wait, what? Mark didn't just cheat with you, I said to Lisa. He cheated with her. Rachel. Your sister. Lisa stood up. That's not possible. He never. She's lying. Mark cut in, loud now. She's lying to mess with you. She's insane. Prove it, I said. Swear on our marriage that you didn't touch her. He looked at me. Silent. That was enough. Lisa backed away from him slowly. You used me to get to her? Rachel laughed. I didn't force anyone. You all walked into this. Tom stood, hands in his pockets. You destroyed 4 lives for fun. Rachel stood too. No. You all did that on your own. I just gave you the matches. Lisa slapped her. It echoed across the room. Rachel didn't flinch. Feel better. Lisa left crying. Mark tried to follow, but Tom blocked him. You don't deserve either of them, Tom said. And if you ever go near her again, I'll ruin what's left of your life. Mark turned to me. Please. We can fix this. I shook my head. There's nothing left to fix. Rachel walked out last, smug and silent. Her damage complete. In the days that followed, the fallout spread like wildfire. Lisa moved out. Filed for divorce. So did I. Mark tried apologizing. Texted, emailed, begged. But every word felt empty now. Tom and I remained close, but we never tried to make anything more out of it. Too much pain. Too many broken parts. It took months to feel like a person again. Therapy. Solitude. Grief. I learned how to be alone. How to be okay with the silence. Lisa eventually reached out. She apologized. Deeply. I forgave her, but I didn't let her back in. Rachel disappeared. Changed her number. Deleted her accounts. Vanished like a ghost after a fire. And me? I don't believe in fairy tale friendships anymore. Or perfect marriages. But I do believe in truth, even when it hurts like hell. Some people say betrayal makes you bitter. For me, it made me aware. I walk slower now. Trust fewer. Love cautiously. But I'm still walking. Still here. Still standing.